Have you ever felt like someone was slowly taking control of your mind, but you couldn't explain how? Maybe you started doubting yourself more, apologizing more, questioning your own memory. You know those fights where no matter what you say, you can't seem to win. You start questioning yourself, your memory, your feelings. It's when they make you question your own reality. They twist facts, deny things they said or did, and make you doubt your memory. So you leave feeling confused and exhausted, and still you stayed. This isn't your imagination. This is psychological warfare. Toxic people don't need fists. They don't need to shout. They use your mind against you. Have you ever experienced a toxic person refusing to take responsibility for their actions? Denial is when toxic people refuse to admit their mistakes or apologize for their wrongdoings. Remember, you are not powerless. Stay tuned for more insights on mental health and well-being. Until then, please like and share this video. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content. Thanks for watching. They might blame you for their bad behavior or simply deny doing anything wrong. Today, we're exposing 7 psychological weapons toxic people use to control, manipulate, and break you, without you even realizing it. Emotional abuse is when they constantly criticize you, humiliate you, or threaten you. And at the end, I'll give you one simple defense that makes you mentally untouchable. Let's begin. Weapon No. 1. Have you ever been in an argument with a toxic person? Weapon No. 2. Intimidation. Do you feel threatened by the people around you? When you feel like you can't speak up or share your opinions because of fear, that's intimidation. Isolation is when toxic people push you away from your support system, your family and friends. So you might feel lonely and start depending on the toxic person more. Toxic people use fear to control you. They might use threats, raised voices, or even physical gestures to scare you into doing what they want. Manipulation is when someone takes advantage of you to get what they want. Disrespect is when toxic people ignore your feelings, needs, and opinions. They might make fun of you, talk down to you, or dismiss your ideas. Have you noticed your friends suddenly spending less time with your family and friends? They might use guilt trips, lies, or emotional pressure to make you do things for them. Weapon No. 3. Isolation. Weapon No. 4. Manipulation. Have you ever felt like someone was using you for their own benefit? Weapon No. 5. Disrespect. Do you constantly feel belittled or unimportant in your relationships? Physical abuse is when someone intentionally causes you physical harm. Weapon No. 6. Denial. And weapon No. 7. Abuse. Now that you know the 7 weapons, you're better equipped to defend yourself. The most dangerous manipulation doesn't feel like violence. It feels like love. Love bombing is how it starts. You're flooded with attention, compliments, constant messages. You feel seen, wanted, adored. But here's the trap. It's not about love. It's about control. Once you become emotionally attached, they pull away. They give you silence, distance, and you chase them. You start doing anything to feel that high again. That's not romance. That's addiction. Example story. One client told me he messaged me 50 times a day for a week, and then disappeared for 3 days. I couldn't stop checking my phone like a drug addict. That's not normal. That's planned behavior. And it's important to remember that this pattern of behavior is not normal. It's a form of emotional manipulation. If you can recognize the signs of love bombing and detachment, you can protect yourself from falling into the trap. When someone is obsessed with you, bombarding you with affection, compliments, gifts, promises, or while telling you how amazing you are, how perfect you two are for each other, it can feel pretty damn good. You might notice they're less attentive, more distant. They may ignore you, give you the silent treatment, or make you feel like you're not enough. This sudden change can be jarring and confusing. You might find yourself questioning what happened, why they're acting this way, or even blaming yourself for their changed behavior. Let's be honest, who doesn't like being in a love bubble where everything is intense, exciting, and passionate? But what if I told you this intense, passionate love is a trap? What if it's a calculated move to manipulate and control you? Love bombing is a tactic often used by narcissists or people with antisocial tendencies. They purposely pull away to create a cycle of addiction and dependence. Think about it. When someone is giving you intense love and attention, you naturally start to feel very connected to them. You might even start relying on that person for your own happiness or validation. Then when they take that away, you're left feeling lost, confused, and hurt. It's a cruel trick that keeps you coming back for more. It's their way of creating a strong emotional connection quickly, but it's not based on genuine affection. It's a means to an end, a way to get you to trust and rely on them so they can manipulate you into doing what they want. After the love bombing phase, when they have you hooked, they may start taking you for granted. But here's the thing, their behavior isn't normal. It's a pattern of manipulation. If you find yourself in this kind of situation, know that you're not alone. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Do you know anyone who uses manipulation tactics against you? How do you deal with such situations? Sometimes people can be so manipulative that it feels like they're controlling your whole world. But wait a minute, maybe they're not the only ones. What if there are some tricks that they're using against you without you even knowing it? Well, today we're really going to talk about two of the most powerful and dangerous dark weapons used by master manipulators. Before we begin, please like and share the video. Let's jump right into it. No. 1. When you care, they use it. Have you ever been with a person where they acted so manipulative that it made you wonder, did I create this in my head? Is this real? If you have, then welcome to part 4 of our series on toxic relationships. Today we'll discuss two of the most dangerous dark weapons used by master manipulators, saying things like, you don't love me anymore, you're just selfish, or I only did this for you. No. 2. Name dropping. Name dropping is when someone brings up seemingly irrelevant details about your past, like childhood trauma or mistakes you made years ago. They might use this information to make you feel ashamed, embarrassed, or guilty. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is a common tactic where the manipulator ignores you to punish you. Instead of being supportive, they accuse you of lying or exaggerating. That never happened. You're making it up. When you try to explain that you're telling the truth, they may respond with, see, this is why nobody believes you. And if you're interested in learning more about psychology and mental health, please follow our page. Thanks for watching. You're too sensitive. As the gaslighting continues, you may start to doubt your own memories and feelings. You may even start to believe that you are the one who is crazy. In a study conducted by Dr. J.L. Wood and colleagues, victims of gaslighting reported symptoms of anxiety and depression, as well as significant de-stress in their personal relationships. This can drive you crazy because you will start to question what you did wrong and whether they were still mad at you. The manipulator denies things that you know took place, causing you to question your memory and perception of inverted accountability. Instead of taking responsibility for their actions, the manipulator places the blame on you. It's all because of you. Trivialization. It's not a big deal. The manipulator minimizes your feelings and experiences, making you feel as if your emotions are invalid or exaggerated. Abusive forgetting. The manipulator pretends that certain events or conversations never happened. That never happened. Don't try to bring it up again. It's a form of passive aggression that leaves you confused and anxious. Manipulation through obligation. Master manipulators will do little favors for you, and then later use those favors as a way to manipulate you. They may say things like, how could you forget? I was the one who helped you with that project. Or don't you remember what I did for you last week? When faced with guilt trips, it's important to remain calm and assertive. Don't let the manipulator's words or actions dictate your emotions. Take a deep breath, stay composed, and respond in a clear and confident manner. It's crucial to recognize that you can't change someone who doesn't want to change. Manipulators are unlikely to alter their behavior unless they choose to do so. Therefore, it's essential to protect yourself and set boundaries. Limit your interactions with the manipulator and avoid engaging in arguments or debates. Remember, your well-being and peace of mind are paramount. Do you want to be afraid to distance yourself from toxic individuals who use guilt trips and manipulation tactics to control you? Your mental health and emotional well-being are worth prioritizing. Some people may even try to manipulate you by making you feel guilty for setting boundaries. They might say something along the lines of, so you don't care about me anymore? You're just being selfish. Don't let these tactics affect you. It's perfectly acceptable to take time for yourself and prioritize your own needs. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
When you speak up for yourself, they act hurt and saddened. When you set a boundary, they make you feel like the villain for setting that boundary. Here's another example. Let's say you ask your partner to run errands for you because they're already going out. Your partner replies, "Oh, okay. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me." They make you doubt your thoughts, feelings, and memories. Confusion. Are you sure about that? They may also use tactics like lying, deception, and withholding information to make you feel off balance. Let's move on to the third dark weapon used by master manipulators. No. 3. Intimidation. Intimidation is when the manipulator uses fear to control you. They make you afraid to speak up or assert yourself. This could involve threats, yelling, or any other form of aggression. For example, if you leave me, I'll make your life miserable. Moving on to the fourth dark weapon used by master manipulators. No. 4. The silent treatment. The silent treatment is when the manipulator refuses to communicate with you. They ignore you, give you the cold shoulder, or simply walk away when you enter the room. This can drive you crazy and make you feel like you're walking on eggshells around them. The fifth dark weapon used by master manipulators is playing the victim. When the manipulator always plays the victim, they never take responsibility for their actions. If there's a problem, it's always someone else's fault. So for example, it's not my fault you're late. You didn't wake up early enough. The sixth dark weapon used by master manipulators is bringing up the past. The manipulator brings up past mistakes, arguments, or embarrassing moments to hurt you. They use your past against you to make you feel guilty or ashamed. And now let's move on to the bonus dark weapon used by master manipulators. Bonus, future faking. Future faking is when the manipulator makes promises about the future that they have no intention of keeping. They may promise to change, to be more loving, or to give you something that you want in order to manipulate you into staying in the relationship. So how do you spot a manipulator? Manipulators use a variety of tactics to gain power over you.
They ignore you, pretend you don't exist, act like you're invisible. That's what the silent treatment is, and it's one of the most painful forms of punishment. They're punishing you without even telling you what you did wrong. That's why silence can be louder than words. Because when someone is giving you the silent treatment, they're telling you everything they need to tell you through their silence. You start thinking, what did I do? What did I say? What did I do wrong? You feel anxious, you feel insecure, and that anxiety and that fear, it makes you beg for their attention. It makes you apologize. It makes you give in. And that's exactly what they want. You never told me that before. I never said that. They are trying to destabilize you. They want you to lose your sense of self. And the worst part is, it's hidden as truth. It's disguised as honesty. Even if you did tell them that, even if you did express that need, express that desire, express that thought, they pretend like it never happened. And in that moment, you start to question yourself. You start to wonder, am I making things up? Am I being too sensitive? Am I always making a big deal out of nothing? No, you're not. They wanted to punish you, but they didn't have to raise their voice. They didn't have to shout at you. All they had to do was disappear. You have to stay true to yourself. You have to hold your ground. Don't let them see you doubt yourself. Don't let them see you being afraid of losing them. Don't let them see that they're winning. When someone gives you the silent treatment, they are punishing you for something you may not even know about. Don't engage. Don't play the silent game. Don't play the game of disappearing acts. Don't play the game of jealousy. Don't play the game of pitting people against each other. Don't play the gaslighting game. Don't play their game. Recognize it for what it is, and walk away. Space is something you ask for when you need time to think, when you need time to process, when you need time to come back to the person you're talking to with a better perspective. The silent treatment isn't that. The silent treatment is a punishment. It's a withdrawal of communication and affection. It's a way to control and manipulate the other person. There's a new player that can enter the game, and that is another person. They will mention another person to make you feel jealous, to make you feel insecure, to make you feel that you're not enough. They'll say things like, my ex never complained like you. Even Sarah thinks you're being dramatic. They pit people against you. They make you compete for their attention. The silent treatment isn't about space. When someone gives you the silent treatment, you start to panic. This tactic usually happens after a fight. After an intense conversation where there is a lot of emotions involved, you feel like you're on eggshells. You feel like you have to be careful about what you say next. So you try extra hard to be careful, but then you slip up again. You say the wrong thing again, and the cycle continues. But this tactic, this game, it's a two-player game, and if that doesn't work, they might resort to but that's what they want you to think, because that's what will make you stay. That's what will make you put up with their behavior. When someone uses this tactic on you, you have to recognize it for what it is, a form of punishment, a form of control. If they're playing games, playing their little mind games, playing their tactics on you, do not play their game. Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, no matter how justified you are, you're always the bad person? Like no matter what, you're always at fault. This is where they flip the script. No matter what they do, somehow, they're the victim. You catch them lying, they blame stress. You ask for respect, they say you're attacking them. They get caught, then cry. Saying sorry shouldn't be an excuse to wipe the slate clean. Remember, you are amazing. Thanks for watching. See you next time. A genuine apology acknowledges wrongdoing and offers a promise to do better. It's not a bargaining chip. But narcissists use apologies as a way to buy themselves out of responsibility. They may apologize reluctantly and then immediately try to shift the focus away from their behavior and back onto you. I'm sorry you feel that way. Look, I already apologized. Can't we just forget about it? It was just a joke. Don't be so serious all the time. I'm sorry. You're overreacting. You need to lighten up. Everyone makes mistakes. Just let it go. It's as if they say, I'm sorry. Now what? What else do you want from me? The issue here is that they see apologies as a transactional exchange. Apology equals problem solved. But that's not how apologies work. An apology isn't just a way to cover your ass. It's a way to repair the relationship, to acknowledge the hurt you've caused, and to show a willingness to do better, to make you feel bad for confronting them. Over time, you stop calling things out, because somehow you're always the bad guy. That's not miscommunication. That's mental warfare. It's so important to recognize when someone is weaponizing apologies. When someone makes a mistake, an apology should acknowledge that mistake and demonstrate a willingness to correct it. This is where they shift the focus from their behavior to your feelings. They're not taking responsibility for what they did. Instead, they're questioning your emotional response. I'm sorry you feel that way, the narcissist might say, after they've hurt you with their words or actions. Why are you so sensitive? Don't you think I had a reason to be upset? You could have just ignored it if you didn't want to hear it. I'm sorry you took it that way. In this example, the narcissist has done something wrong, but rather than apologizing and acknowledging their mistake, they make it about how you're perceiving things. It's not their fault that you feel upset. It's your fault for being too sensitive. Hearing that, it's easy to question yourself. Maybe I am being too sensitive. Maybe I am making a big deal out of nothing. But then if you push back, you'll feel even worse. After all, you know what? I shouldn't have gotten upset. I'm sorry. Now they've won. Your feelings are invalidated. And in that moment, you might feel a sense of shame or self-blame. That's exactly what they want. They want you to question yourself and your feelings because they can't take accountability. But when all they say sorry to do is to reset the cycle, it's a manipulative tactic. Let's break down why. No. 1. Sorry. You feel that way. No. 2. Fine. I said sorry. Healing from narcissistic abuse is a journey of recognizing red flags, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being. We'd love to have you join our community. You've just learned 7 tactics toxic people use to break your mind. But now, you're armed. If this opened your eyes, do 2 things. Comment, I see it now. If you've ever experienced these games, subscribe. Every week, I expose dark psychology so you can protect yourself, build power, and stay mentally untouchable. They're control freaks with low self-esteem who want to feel superior. Breaking your mind gives them power and validation. But don't worry, because today you'll learn how to wake up to the game, see through their tricks, and reclaim your life. That is the reality for many people affected by toxic individuals who employ a sneaky tactic to make you question your sanity. They use subtle tactics like sarcasm, mockery, and gaslighting to undermine your confidence and make you second-guess yourself. Think of a toxic person like a jealous lover who keeps tabs on your every move, always trying to outmaneuver and defeat you. They hurl insults, project their own flaws, and twist the narrative to make themselves the victim. Then just as quickly, they vanish, leaving you confused and questioning what just happened. They lie blatantly, showing no remorse or shame. It's a jarring experience that leaves you questioning their motives and the nature of your relationship. These tactics are like secret weapons in the mind games toxic people play. They use them to gain power, control, and validation over others. But you don't have to be a victim. Awareness is the first step to breaking free. Recognize the tactics, stay strong, and don't play their games. Remember, you have the power to protect yourself and create a better future. Do you see these tactics in your relationships? Comment, "I see it now," and let me know your experiences. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Every week I expose dark psychology tactics so you can stay sharp and mentally strong. Stay aware, stay safe, and see you in the next video. They may lie about something small, like where they were last night, or something significant, like their feelings for you. But whatever the topic, their lies are a clear indication that they're not being honest with you or themselves. Don't let their dishonesty deceive you. Remember, their lies are a reflection of their own insecurities and need for control. Stay true to yourself, trust your intuition, and don't settle for anything less than honesty and transparency in your relationships. They played a classic game of psychological manipulation, giving no warning before unleashing their toxic behavior. But don't let it get to you. Remember, their actions reveal their true character, and you're better off without them in your life. Stay calm, take some deep breaths, and focus on moving forward. Let their toxic behavior be a reminder of the kind of person you never want to be and the kind of relationships you should avoid. In the game of psychological manipulation, they play dirty by keeping score of every interaction, waiting for the perfect opportunity to use against you. They'll bring up past mistakes and hurts, twist facts to fit their narrative, and make you question your own memory. It's like living in a pressure cooker where the tension is building and ready to explode. But don't let them win. Remember, you're not obligated to play their games or engage in their toxic behavior. Stay calm, be assertive, and set boundaries to protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. For example, you might remember something happening one way, but they'll twist the narrative until you're not sure what really happened. This constant manipulation can leave you feeling confused, anxious, and exhausted. That's what it feels like when someone keeps you in a state of confusion and uncertainty. They'll send mixed signals, change their mind last minute, and leave you wondering what's real and what's fake. For example, they might agree to meet up with you, then cancel at the last minute without any explanation. Or they could tell you one thing and then deny it the next day. It's a frustrating and exhausting game, but don't play their game. Remember, you deserve clarity and consistency in your relationships. Stay true to yourself, communicate your needs, and don't settle for anything less than honesty and respect. You might even start to wonder if you have a mental health condition or if you're just going crazy. But hold on to your sanity, my friend. Remember, you're not going crazy. It's the toxic person who's trying to make you believe that you are. Their goal is to make you question everything, so you become dependent on their twisted version of reality. But don't fall for it. Trust your gut instincts and seek support from those who genuinely care about you. By doing so, you'll reclaim your sanity and break free from their web of lies. So get ready to uncover the secrets of manipulation, become aware of the signs, and discover how to protect yourself from these mind games. Picture this: you in a heated argument with a toxic person, and suddenly you find yourself accused of all the negative traits they possess. They're projecting their own flaws and mistakes onto you, trying to shift the blame and avoid accountability. It's like looking in a funhouse mirror where your reflection is distorted and exaggerated. You might be labeled as selfish, manipulative, or insecure, while the toxic person remains innocent in their own eyes. It's a frustrating and bewildering experience, especially when you realize that you're dealing with a master manipulator who can turn the tables on you in an instant. Remember, you're not responsible for their actions or their twisted perceptions. Stay calm, be assertive, and refuse to engage in their games. By doing so, you'll protect yourself from their manipulative tactics and maintain your integrity. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools to defend yourself against toxic people and live authentically. Stay strong, stay aware. See you in the next one. That's what it feels like when toxic people isolate you from your loved ones and support system. They'll use any trick in the book, like lying, manipulating, and gaslighting, to keep you cut off from everyone who cares about you. This tactic works wonders for them, because it creates a power imbalance between you and them. When you're alone and dependent on them for everything, they become your sole source of information and validation. As a result, you lose your sense of reality and start questioning your own thoughts and feelings. You become a puppet dancing to their tune, believing their lies and accepting their twisted version of reality. But don't let them win. Remember, You're stronger than their mind games. Reach out to your friends and family, share your experiences and seek their support. Reconnect with those who uplift you and remind you of your worth. By doing so, you'll reclaim your life and break free from their manipulative grasp. You are being gaslit, manipulated, and controlled. Your mind is foggy, your emotions are scattered, and your reality is distorted. Toxic people have broken your mind without leaving a trace of their crimes. You doubt your instincts, question your sanity, and blame yourself for everything. You feel lost, confused, and vulnerable. Before we dive into the tactics they use, let's talk about why they do it. 1. Isolate and conquer. Picture this. You're trapped in a dark room with no windows or clocks, slowly losing your sense of time and identity. 2. Make you question your sanity. Imagine constantly doubting your own thoughts and feelings, questioning whether you're making the right decisions or if you're just overreacting. 3. They love to project. 4. Keep score. 5. Give no warning. Picture this. You're in a heated argument with a toxic person and suddenly their true colors shine through. 6. Keep you in a constant loop. Imagine living in a world where nothing is certain and your emotions are on a constant roller coaster ride. Picture this. You in a heated argument with a toxic person and suddenly they drop a line that makes your jaw drop. After learning these 7 tactics, it's time to ask yourself, have you experienced any of these tactics? Share your thoughts and stories below.